Okay, so here I am inside Visual Studio, and I have this lovely new template option available, Template Studio for .NET MAUI. Let's select that. Hit next. We'll give it the imaginatively named title of MAUI App 23. Hit create, and we see a version of the Template Studio wizard. First thing to call out is all these wonderful sponsors down the bottom. Join them, become a sponsor. You can see this is a little preview version 0.4. Hopefully 0.5 will be more widely available. So we've got three project type options. This is the navigation. So we can have a flight menu from the side, we could have nothing, and you can build it yourself, or we can have some tabs either at the top or the bottom, depending on the platform really. We can say we want to use the MVVM toolkit, or we can just put everything in code behind, so it will be click handlers and wired up based on names and things, or we can use XAML MVVM toolkits, source generators and bindings, and make it all lovely. Then we can choose some different pages. So 5 pages options currently available. Obviously we can have more than one. So we have a main page there by default, we can have another blank page, we can have a list page with a detail, we can do some drawing. We can have the sample, which is what you'd get in a standard template, the official MAUI one. So you have your bot waving and you have your button to click, and we'll have a web view. There's one feature at the moment, most important feature of course, testing. We hit create. Visual Studio has what I like to describe as a little think. It's not a tool because of all the really old COM APIs it's using under the hood to generate this. As a little think. And now we have our project. So we have our solution. 2 projects in our solution. MAUI App 23, which is what we called it, and MAUI App 23.test, which is our test project. We can see we just have an empty test, but it is all connected. It knows about our project. So we could actually type 3. And, we can do something with our view models, which are up here inside our main application. So we have a view model we have a base view model, and then we have one for each of the pages we've added. Our base view model is from observable object from the MVVM toolkit, the community toolkit, which gives us all that nice source generator magic. We've got separate views, all wired up in our app shell. See, there they all are. Haven't got icons. That looks like a bug. I'll have to fix that. We have a service providing sample data for our list. We have all the standard resources you'd expect. We have our .NET Bot image because we had our sample page. If we didn't have the sample page, we wouldn't have that image. We got all the icons, the splash screens. We have all the per platform things. Don't have Tizen because I don't have any Tizen devices to test on. We have a little simple sample item in our model. We have a converter for something the page is doing. And could show it running on Windows, but that's everything runs on Windows. Let's ask it to create the Android one. Oh, look, so we can see while we're switching over, hang on, start it up. So while it's starting up, we've got some to-do tasks. So a web page has a default URL, which you probably want to change. Don't have to, I'm quite happy to point people to my sponsor page. There is, do whatever is appropriate for your app for if the web navigation fails. You see it's hooked up to a relay command, properties and things. Now, and obviously we saw earlier, add some unit tests. Oh, that's going to cause it to fail to build. Go away. Ooh. Something's complaining. Let's see if it works though. It's like a MAUI. Built. Done. Preview bug. Sometimes the deploy thing is checked. Try again. See, I've done this once or twice before. Obviously, it takes as long as it takes to deploy. So we've got our custom splash screen. I'm in debug good. So we here have our main page, which, oh, okay, so we're doing tabs. I thought we were doing navigation view. I wasn't paying attention. So we've got our main page. Yeah, we've got another blank page, which just looks blank, or another blank page. We've got our list. Gonna pull in some random data. Obviously, we can pull to refresh. There's some data. And also we can click on one, it will navigate to page. If we click on number 5, it's there. Got more pages. We can do drawing. So this is the drawing view from the community toolkit. There's a version of their sample, so we can just see that we can draw things. You know, maybe you want to capture a signature, turn it into a stream, and then put that stream in an image. What else can we do? This is the sample page. Obviously, it's just what you've seen before. You click it, but we're using MVVM, so you can see that this is all wired to a view model. If you look at the code, and then we have a web view. It was the last page we added. A few simple buttons at the bottom, which you can use as you wish, and obviously, we get good suggestions for a default page like sponsor. And obviously, you can come here to MLAC/Template Studio, find out more. And obviously, these buttons work as well. Disable because you can't go back. For everything. Can we browser? Wonderful. So that's like a little sneaky peek. And more soon. If you really want to know more, obviously subscribe. This is YouTube. And get in touch if you want to get early access.